Hi there. It's March 25th and we're continuing our journey through Torah. Today we're in Deuteronomy, the book that is called Devarim in Hebrew, which means the words, being the words of Moses to all of Israel, as Moses prepares them for entering the promised land. And here in Deuteronomy 4, Moses is particularly telling the people how they encountered God at Mount Sinai, how God spoke to them personally, and there's been no other nation that God spoke to in this way. And he's established his covenant with them, a covenant that is unbreakable, a covenant that God is committed to, and they are to walk according to his ways. Now, particularly, God is concerned that they should not make images, they should not make likenesses. And that word's quite interesting in Hebrew. A lot of people think that it means that Jewish people are not allowed to make any kind of pictures or representations, and there are some scholars, Jewish scholars, who say that's the case. But actually the words that are used here, temunah and tavnit, are particularly about things that are constructed, perhaps three-dimensional things, things that are specifically made to worship. So God is saying, don't make any likenesses of anything, because actually I've already put my likeness in the earth, in man. And if we make any kind of constructions or likenesses that rival what God has made as his image, then that is out of order, and that is out of court. God will not tolerate that. Moses also reminds the people that God has given them 10 words. The word is actually Devarim, and it's interesting that the name of this book, Deuteronomy in Hebrew, is Devarim, because the 10 commandments, the word commandment isn't actually used in the Hebrew Bible to talk about the 10 words, Devarim, that God gave to Israel on Mount Sinai, and they're really like a constitutional basis. These are the 10 basic facets, like the amendments of the Constitution in, say, the states. These are the founding principles on which everything hangs. The people are also reminded about the importance of keeping covenant, of keeping faithfulness to God, because God is a God who will be with them all of the time and calls them to be faithful to his covenant. At the end of chapter 4, Moses separates 3 of the cities of refuge, the Arei Miklat, the places of sanctuary that are going to be for those who are accused of manslaughter, for them to flee to. But these 3 are east of the Jordan, because this is where the tribes of Reuben, Manasseh and Gad will live, and so they put aside Betzer, Ramot and Golan in east of the Jordan for these 3 cities of refuge. And that is preparing the people for taking the land and going into the promised land over the Jordan. Have a very good March the 25th.